and welcome to this new episode of my creative journal. My name is Geneviève. You are on the YouTube channel of Rives, Compagnie, which is an online shop for sewing and knitting. And on Instagram, I am geneviève.versapin and on Ravelry, versapin. So hello, and I'm really glad to be here for a new episode. It's been, I think, about 2 months. So I have a lot of finished objects, a lot of projects in the works, and a bit of talking to get through. So I hope you like that. I always like the talking part of podcasts, so I hope you enjoy it as well. So a bit of news. So I am pregnant for a second baby. We are so excited. So today I'm 16 weeks pregnant, so that brings my due date to December 29th. I'm hesitating because I calculated December 25th, but the first sonogram we had delayed it a bit to December 29th, so probably a holiday baby, but knowing my family history and my first pregnancy and just myself in general, I'm expecting a January baby. Personally, I think it's gonna come first week of January or something like that. So yes, last episode was a bit of a short one just because I was deep in first trimester nausea. So I think I blamed everything on my grandma. I know she will forgive me. Everything I said was true about her and the situation with her, but most of my difficulties came from first trimester symptoms. So debilitating nausea and fatigue. So it was a hard episode to film, the last one. I had to stop and start a lot. And so now I have more energy. Slowly the first trimester symptoms are going away. It's not completely gone, but it is getting better. And yeah, so I have more energy. Throughout the last 2 months, I have brought my camera with me on a couple of occasions. So I have a lot of film on my memory card, and I'm gonna see how much I have time to edit, but you may have some cool excerpts in this podcast of what I've been doing lately. Well, actually, it wasn't me. I have to thank my sister a lot because all our garden dreams she brought to life. I was basically in a folding chair, just like pointing at stuff and telling her to do stuff. She was very generously listening to me and executing everything and making everything perfect. So we are so happy with our garden, and I just now have to find the energy to maintain it because weeds have definitely find it a fertile place to live. But yeah, so I thank her deeply because I was not in shape to make that happen, and she did. And we also built a backyard playhouse for Mihai. So it's something we wanted to bring to life. It was a project that we thought about for a long time, and my dad brought it to life, basically. My dad did the project with me again in a folding chair, just saying stuff and him listening when he needed to, but not much. So it's we're so happy with it. We still have to kind of find things to put in it so he's happy to play in it. It's just empty right now, but I have my eye on a little table and chair, and I have a few things I can upcycle here to furnish it. But it's definitely big. It's a big playhouse that he's gonna be able to enjoy, I hope so, with a sibling until they are quite a bit bigger children. So yeah, if I have time to edit this, it's gonna be part of this video. Other than that, Rives, our shop, is doing very well. We are currently preparing for a twist festival. So we are a shop near Montreal, but we are online only for now. And Twist, if you don't know it, is a fiber festival near Ottawa, near Gatineau, that hasn't been going on for the last 2 years because of COVID. So it's the first edition in 3 years, and we're so happy to be part of it. So it's our first participation, and we haven't received the floor plan yet, but we should be next to Urso's kiosk, so Urso Yarn Co., which is the yarn company of my business partner. So we should be really close and doing these 2 kiosks somewhat together, but she will be super busy with her own. But if I need help with Rives or just guidance, because it's my first time as a kiosk presenter. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited for Twist Festival. So we are busy preparing for that, and I have been busy sewing and knitting a lot, so let's dive right in. I don't know the sex of my baby yet, so I'm not I have nothing baby related to show. Yeah, just because I still have a lot of stuff from Mihai. And I don't know what I'm gonna need to prepare, so we'll see. Right now I'm just kind of preparing for myself for being dressed these next couple months. How am I gonna... I designed a capsule wardrobe I thought of a capsule wardrobe for myself for this summer and beginning of fall, and I am currently stitching everything, so sewing everything. But before that, let's talk knitting. So I have 4 finished objects and one work in progress that I can show you, and one that I cannot show you because it's a test, but has definitely taken a lot of my knitting time. So finished objects. I'm gonna present my favorite one first. So this is I just love it. It's the Kutar tee by Sari Norlund. So this Kutar pattern she has in 2 versions, I think. So a tee version for summer, and she has a sweater version as well. That is gorgeous, and I definitely want to make it as well, just because I enjoy this lace so much. And it's done in John Arbin Yarn Idyllic sport yarn. Do I have the label here? Have it? Oh yes, here it is. Yes, Yarn Idyllic sport yarn, and it's 100% Falkland Corriedale. Sport weight, and colorway is the beautiful ones. And I love, so we have these in the shop in a lot of colorways. This one is sold out, but we have so many other options. And I love John Arbin yarns in general, just because they are always dyed in the wool, so the fiber is dyed before it is spun, so it gives so much depth of color to their yarn, and the fiber content is always interesting. It's never plain merino, it's always something interesting that you don't usually knit with, so I always enjoy that. So this is Falkland Corriedale, and I think I read that Corriedale is a hybrid breed between merino and I think Lincoln Long's hair, Lincoln Long's wool, something like that. So 2 different type of fibers, well, 2 different type of animals that were bred hybrid to make the Falkland Corriedale, and gives that yarn a lot of properties of merino and a lot of properties of Lincoln Long's wool. So it's very soft as a merino, but feels so durable as well. And it has a bit of a halo to it. This is hard to show the halo, but it's definitely not like a super high twisted round yarn like merino can be. It has a depth of texture here, it has a halo, but it's soft, not crazy soft like superwash merino can be, or cashmere or anything like that. It's still untreated yarn, but it's really, really soft. But it feels super durable. I'm gonna try it on for you. I love that lace. I have made a couple of modifications. I talked about it in my last video. What I did basically is I changed the count for separating the sleeves and body to have more ease on the sleeves and a bit less on the body, just because of my shape. So I explained in the last video how you can do the math for this, how you can calculate what you need. And I also didn't make the increase round after the lace. So she has you make an increase round and change needle. And I didn't do that because I felt it was already big enough. And I'm really happy with the ease I got. Look at this lace, isn't it gorgeous? And it's really easy to do. It's basically a combination of twisted stitches, yarn overs. You have 2 stitches that are a bit more unusual to do, but it comes only twice and it's well explained. Otherwise, it's really simple. From memory, I don't think there's any cabling in that lace. So it's really clever and so effective. Like, it's gorgeous lace and not so hard to do at all. So I'm really happy with the fit. Of course, I wasn't pregnant when I started this, so it's a bit tight on the tummy, but I can wear it tucked in to my pants I'm going to show you later. So it's still very wearable just over the tummy. And yeah, the only thing I'm going to do is rip off that bind off and do a needle bind off, because it doesn't have the stretch I want it to have. Like, I feel it at the end here and I don't like that. So I think I'm just going to take the time to rip it out. But I really enjoyed the sleeve length as well. So this I decided for myself. So basically the pattern I think has a long short sleeve, and on me that is really not flattering, or at least I don't find it flattering on myself. So it's really a good idea to play with the length of a short sleeve, because it makes all the difference really to the style of your sweater. So I ended up doing it a lot shorter than she has you do it. And yeah, really enjoy it. I haven't been wearing it much just because I don't have the habit of grabbing my wool sweaters in the summer. But yeah, I hope I get into a habit of wearing them. But I know that like late summer, beginning of fall, I'm gonna want to wear this, and I talked about a plan for a cardigan to put over it to wear it more, or even it could be really nice with like a denim shirt, button down shirt over it. Could be really cool, just like a layering piece. So an under layer this. So I really like it. So I'm gonna just change the bind off because I feel it tight. And I know that's gonna annoy me. And I have a favorite bind off now. It's a tubular bind off and I use it all the time. It's a bit of a simpler version than what I have seen before. So it's a needle bind off, but I find that this one, it's really easy to control the tension, because I have done needle bind offs in the past that were first complicated, like lots of steps, and second, that were not that stretchy because I had a hard time just maintaining the tension. So this one is super simple. I have it memorized. I just used the video for the beginning that I cannot seem to memorize, just the first step. And then once I go, I have it memorized, no problem. So I'm gonna put the link down below. It's in Danish, I think. Either Danish or Swedish, but I think it's in Danish. But it's really well, like the video is zoomed into her hands and you understand perfectly what's going on, even if you don't speak the language. So yeah, I'm gonna put it down below. It's one I have like saved everywhere on my YouTube, because I have been searching for it once. I was like, oh yeah, I knew a great one. I searched, I found it again, and now I don't want to lose it anymore. The Kutarti by Sarina Lund in Yarnadelic by John Arbin. Really, I love this project. Next one is another knitted tee. It's one that I have talked about a lot, I think, because I have been working on it for a year. Just like it went to sleep and I just brought it back on my needles. Now it's done and I don't like it. So it's a beautiful project. It's a fun knit. It's not out yet, so I'm sorry about that. It's a test I was doing for Fiber Tales. The test has been put on hold because her technical editor, I think is what you call it, was on maternity leave, but it didn't start up again this summer for whatever reason. I haven't listened to her podcast in a while, so I don't know what she's up to. Fiber Tales, she probably has other beautiful things in the works. So this one is on the back burner, I guess. It's temporarily called the Eyelet Tee, although I'm sure she's gonna find another name for it once it is published, if ever it does get published. So yeah, I started it last summer, and I was definitely not the same weight last summer as I am now. I was a bit heavier last summer, so the size is a bit big for me. So I think that's why I don't like the fit on me. It's a beautiful tee, but it's just not me. So I tried it on, and I had just tried on my Kitatu, which I was like, oh, wow, I love it. It's perfect. So this one was a bit like, oops, sorry. This one was a bit like, it's a lesser version. I don't like it as much. But I'm sure somebody else would really like that style. It's just not me. So let me show you. So it's a really nice design and I enjoy many details of it. So it has these long vertical eyelets and it's in the Urso Yarn Co. Color is Latte. It's a beautiful brown with lots and lots of subtleties in it. Sometimes it's warmer, sometimes it's colder, darker, lighter. It's beautiful. So the yarn and pattern combo was perfect for my taste, and it's has a bit of a poof at the end, so it comes into this beautiful wide ribbing, and it does so at the sleeves as well. But you see the sleeve has a bit of a poof and it's intended as such. But for me, everything is just a bit big. And it gives me broad shoulders, which I don't have. So I'm just so used to have my shoulders like disappear into garments. Like I have really tiny shoulders and I'm not tiny everywhere. So this part, I'm used for it to be tiny. So when a garment gives me broad shoulders, I'm like, whoa, what's happening? That's not me. Usually my shoulders just disappear and this gives me broad shoulders. So it's just not me, but I'm sure somebody else would enjoy that shape. So I have, and it's just a bit too big. It's just like the size is too big on me. So maybe if it was smaller, it would look cuter. So I have options for this to be worn. So I will have my sister try it on. If she likes it, it's hers. I will have Paul try it on, my business partner. If she likes it, it's hers. And if nobody wants it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip out the ribbing and I'm gonna make long sleeves on it with probably a nice wide 1x1 rib at the wrists at the end of the sleeves to mimic the bottom of the shirt. Because I think all this volume, and I'm gonna decrease the sleeve. So not keep it full until the wrist, I'm gonna decrease it to have it be a bit like sleeker. And I think it's gonna be more wearable that way. Like for a fall sweater to be a bit oversized is good. For a summer tee, it's just, there's too much volume going on here. We'll see what destiny it will have, but it was a bit of a, doesn't happen a lot with my knitting project, I should say. I've been really lucky that most of the time I have enough experience to choose projects that I'm gonna like and see as I'm going if I'm gonna like them. But this one, but first of all, it was a test, so I kept going. And yeah, it's just a bit bigger than what I wanted. It's on I'm on gauge, so it's the right size, but it's just, it looks too big on me. So then I have 2 pairs of socks, and I have kept them nice for this podcast. So it's been a while that they have been done and blocked, and I kept them nice to show you. And that makes me want to keep them nice for a while still, and maybe make myself a box of socks for Christmas. Maybe. I'm not a big sock knitter, but once I get rolling, I really enjoy the process. So first I have this pair, which I've shown you as a work in progress before. So it is inspired by the Vex sweater by Camille Descoteaux. So I had leftovers from Zabberball, and I had another color of sock yarn by Bleu Poussière. So this is Pied Bleu. Colorway is French Gray. And I did some 2-row stripes. So just like the Vex sweater by Camille Descoteaux. So I'm gonna start a hashtag on Instagram, I think. Vex tes bas in French. Vex your socks. So it's really fun. So if you have, actually this wasn't leftover from my Vex sweater. It was leftover Zabberball from another pair of socks. So I had enough to do a whole other pair of socks in striping. So if you have already done a pair of socks with your Zabberball and find yourself with a good leftover, this is a really good use of it. It's really nice and fun and different than my other pair with this Zabberball. So I really like them. So simple, it's my simple vanilla recipe. So twisted ribs, twisted ribbing for like 15 rows or so, heel flap and gusset, and 64 stitches here, and then decrease to 60 stitches in the foot. And the cuff is as long as the foot. So I really like long socks. Simple, very satisfying. Could also be done with any scraps you have. It's a good pair of scrappy socks. And second pair is also a vanilla pair. This time done in Regia. This is the cotton Regia we brought in the shop, so I wanted to try it. And the color here is Paris. So Paris. So I have thought long and hard how can this be Paris, because Paris is, well, to me in my head, this has like hints of like red brick buildings or something. So one of the main colors is this like brick red. Well, yeah, but Paris is not really known for like having red brick buildings. It's more like stony buildings, like the Haussmannier buildings. So beige, beige or light gray. Anyway, so I thought, okay, so this is Paris as seen from a German company, a German yarn company. But then I thought, okay, maybe this is the sun. Maybe this is the river and the bridges that go over the river. We'll say that. But anyhow, really fun. This yarn is a bit thicker than regular sock yarn, so I had to go down in the stitch count. So I have 56 stitches. So maybe that makes it more of a sport weight sock, something like that. But it's really fun. It's cotton, so it's not something I usually have for socks. So I'm looking forward to see how I like to wear them. So maybe those ones I won't wait for my box of socks, and I'll start wearing them now since it's summer. So a cotton sock feels appropriate. And we have a lot of other fun colors in this as well. I think there's a Black Forest one that I really want to try, and Black Forest is in Germany, so maybe the colors are a bit more representative of what it is. But maybe this speaks Paris to you, I don't know. But I've lived there, and this doesn't speak Paris to me really. It's still fun. Okay, so I have then works in progress. So that was it for my finished objects. Works in progress, I have one that I cannot show you, which is a big one. It's a test for my business partner, Paul, and I haven't asked her if I can show it, but I think not. I think it's a somewhat secret test. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep it for another time. And I had to put that test on hold because I need to make a sample for twist for our kiosk in one of the feature yarn we're bringing. Oops, I just dropped some stitches here. Just fix that real quick. So I am doing a novice sweater by Petite Knit. So it doesn't look like much right now because I'm still in the yoke and my cable is a bit small. But I just love that sweater pattern and I love the colors I picked. So I have already done that sweater a couple years ago. It was at the end of my first pregnancy. And it's a really simple yoke sweater. So you have increased rounds at regular intervals to make a yoke. And then it's 3/4 sleeves. It's really cute, this sweater. And the neck is quite close to the base of your neck. So the neckline is quite like crew neck. So this time around, I think I'm doing the same size I did before. The only modification, so I have like a light blue version. And this is my pink version. The only difference this time is I added short rows at the back. So from memory, I think Petite Knit often doesn't have, I may be wrong about this, but I think often she doesn't have short row shaping at the back, probably because she doesn't need them, so her base model doesn't have these short rows. I may be wrong, but I don't think, no frills, does it have short row shaping? I don't remember. Well, this one definitely no short row shaping, so I added it. So it's really simple thing to do. If you have your sweaters will ride back usually, it's a good idea to add some fabric at the base of your neck at the back. So I definitely need that because I have quite a bit of a bump here. So if I don't, the sweater will ride back, and it definitely happens with it happens a lot with my first version that I have this kind of choking at the front and I keep pulling on it all day long to keep it from choking me. So I thought, oh, this one, maybe I'll add some short rows at the back. So it's a really simple thing to do, and you can do it according to how much you need. So I created quite a deep section of short rows because I need them, but you may need a bit more of a subtle shaping. So you just go from the beginning of the round at the center back, you just go back and forth with short rows until you are happy with your shaping. So and you space them as you want. So I spaced them, I think 5 stitches apart, but if you need less shaping, you can space them 10 stitches apart or something like that until you reach maybe like just the front of the shoulders, so a bit further than the side. So my last short row is maybe here. So it adds a nice section of short rows to cover the back of the neck. And then I'm doing the pattern straight as it is. So my yarns, I'm gonna see if I can show you the subtlety of them. Here it may be hard for the camera to pick it up because it is so subtle and gorgeous. So it's a combination of 2 yarns. Oh, I'm not sure it's picking. Ah, there it is. It still doesn't do it quite justice. It's much prettier in person. So it's a combo of 2 yarns, and it's a combo I really like. So it's a lace and a fingering weight. So I'm not a huge fan of mohair. So if you've been here a while, you might know that I'm one of the few crazy ones who don't like mohair. So I find it scratchy. Go figure. Most people will add it to add a layer of softness, the mohair. Personally, as soon as I get a bit hot, and I tend to run really hot in mohair, I find it scratchy and just plain uncomfortable. So I have 2 sweaters with mohair, I think, and I think I'm gonna keep it at that. So I have tried the mohair trend, and it's just not for me. Mohair is gorgeous. Like the silk in the mohair like drinks the colors, so everything is so beautiful. Like the mohairs are gorgeous. So I'm always tempted, but I have to remember that it's just my own sensibility that I don't really like mohair, so I have to find other ideas. And that's why I'm always looking for a good lace weight yarn, because I like the combo of mixing two yarns and having a bit more depth of color. So having one yarn that is maybe a bit more variegated, bringing color subtleties to a plainer yarn or something like that. So I like that about mohair, but I just don't like the fiber as much. So this one, I am mixing 100% merino yarn, fingering. So this is Emilia Philomène Joséphine, 100% non-treated merino. So untreated merino with, and the color is Camellia. So the base is Joséphine, the color is Camellia. So we have that in the shop. And I am mixing it, a lace yarn. I won't say what it is yet. So I'm sorry about that teasing. It's a gorgeous yarn, but I won't tell you what it is yet. We'll have it on our kiosk at Twist. And it's one we have in different weights. And we had a lace weight. So I thought, what a nice opportunity to make a sample for the shop and convince more people to mix lace with fingering. So we'll have this combo available and a few other color combos as well. So you can have fun. And this will give you access to any DK or fingering mohair patterns. Novice is one of my favorites. No frills. So any pattern you want. And it might be nice to try it in this fiber combo. So I still have a month before Twist, so I need to work on this diligently so it's ready for Twist. So it's, and I enjoy this pattern so much. It's completely mindless and fun from the start. Few increased rounds and then sleeve separation and then simple stockinette, simple jersey. So that is it for knitting. Let's get into sewing, which is definitely the bulk of what I've been doing recently. So I have designed for myself a kind of a capsule wardrobe because I was getting tired of micro decisions in the morning of what to wear. Our summer is well, it's a bit colder than what I thought, and I enjoy that so much. I don't know if it's gonna stay that way or it's gonna end up being really hot in the next 2 months. But for now, like the month of June has been a dream for me. Like it's been cold in the mornings, well, cool in the mornings and not so hot during the day. But I found out that I did not have an appropriate wardrobe for this weather. So I have a lot of dresses that are perfect for really hot temperatures, but it's a bit too not covered enough for cooler weather, I think. So I have never made a capsule wardrobe, so I don't know if my approach is appropriate, but what I did is think of things that could be all interchangeable, which I know is the concept. So I went into our shop, and when I decided this, I had really tough, really intense nausea. So I went for colors that don't give me nausea. So I'm really color sensitive when I'm pregnant. I don't know why. So I went for colors that, don't give me nausea. So surprise, surprise, it's all the blues and neutrals. So I have picked fabrics, and then I picked a few patterns that I could cut in different fabrics. So for the bottom, I wanted summer pants, elasticated waist. So we have online class for the Pietra pants by Claudette Core Patterns. I have a few pair of these, but they're already uncomfortable for my state of being pregnant, just because the front panel doesn't have an elasticated waist. It has elastic at the back, but not at the front. So it gives them a very sleek look. but it's not super comfortable when you have a tummy developing. So I went instead for the Ardent pants by Helen's Closet, which have an elasticated waist all around and elasticated cuff if you want. So that wasn't the pattern for the bottom. And then I thought t-shirts and camisoles. So camis, I don't know the word. The t-shirt, I like the Plantain by Diorno. I have a pattern that is well fitted to me. So with I changed the neckline a bit for it to be a bit higher, a bit less scooped, so a bit more comfortable for for me, for my taste. So I had that, so it was ready to go. And for the cami, I thought so I thought I would try a pattern that I had already, which is the Rives by Diorno, and it has a sleeveless short version in there already, so no alterations needed. I could just go with this one, and I usually really enjoy the fit of Diorno for me. So Plantain is also by Diorno, but it's their free t-shirt pattern. So this for the top, and then cardigans to layer over it for the mornings and the evenings. So I thought black with cardigans by Helen's Closet. Perfect. It's jersey. We have the perfect weight of jersey in the shop, and it's a really popular one I haven't tried. And you wear it open, so it's perfect for pregnancy. So I'm not doing any pregnancy sizing, just doing my regular sizes. So regular size, and hopefully it's gonna all stretch to be worn all summer. So at the end of the summer, depending if the summer ends end of August or end of September, I'll be between 20 and 25 weeks, 27 weeks. It shouldn't, all the t-shirts should fit me fine. I think the Ardent pants will not be accompanying me too long, just because already the elastic is, I still have space to grow, but not much. But that's not a problem. I have a skirt, so I added an elasticated skirt that I made a bit long, so like midi length, so that I can just bring the elastic over the tummy, and it's really, first it's cute, and then it can be worn pregnant, and then I will wear it again next year, I'm sure, not pregnant. I'm gonna show you that as well. So I had my patterns to go, then I needed to choose fabrics, so I went into our shop and found fabrics that would all go well together. So I'm gonna start with all the wovens, and then, so I'm almost done with, having trouble organizing my thoughts. I cut everything in like 2 days, I think, or 3 days. I cut everything. It's always dangerous for me to do that, because sometimes I will cut out a pattern and I lose momentum, and then I don't sew it. But this was kind of a group thing, a capsule, so I thought I would be very disciplined, cut everything and then sew everything. So I have cut everything in the 2 or 3 days, and I'm almost done with all the wovens, so sewing all the wovens. I started with them because it's always more intricate patterns, takes a bit longer to do, and then I can just fly with all the jerseys. So I'm gonna talk about the wovens first. So Ardent pants, I have completed 1 pair, and I'm wearing it tons already. It's just that simple pair of comfortable pants. Once I finished it and tried it on, I was like, yep, that's done. It's added to the wardrobe. It feels like me. I already have stuff I can pair with it. It was like missing. So as soon as I finished it, it was adopted, it was in, and I've been wearing it tons. So I did it in our Denim weekend, which is lightweight denim, and it's a fabric we bought for shirts, but it turns out it makes really great pants as well, because the weight is really great. It's soft, it's drapey, so for oversized pants like the Ardent, it's perfect. And the Ardent has you top stitch your seams, so it feels really durable as well. So you have nice, it feels like nothing just hold up like this. It needs your body to shape it basically. It has nice pockets at the back, nice pockets, slanted pockets at the front, and an elasticated waist. It's really comfy. And I chose to make the elasticated cuffs as well. I'm gonna try to insert a clip of me wearing them, but I really enjoy them. Really simple to do, and the only thing is I always do my own construction for elasticated waistbands, and turns out I take less seam allowance with my construction than the pattern, so I have a bit of loose fabric at the top. The elastic isn't wide enough. So next version I'm gonna pick the 5 centimeter wide elastic to fill this, but it's not really a problem. So this denim blue version, and then next version is almost done. I just have to put the waistband and the cuffs in, and I made it in our organic chambray. So chambray bio in light blue. So it's a beautiful, how do you call that? Chambre is hemp, yes. Hemp and cotton chambray. And again, it's a shirt fabric, but it feels really great in these oversized pants. And yeah, so another good basic, bit of a lighter color. So I just need to put the waistband in. So Arden pants, I really like them. Maybe another version to come, but with these two, it's already a good start. And then I did a skirt, so a patternless skirt, elasticated waist again. So really simple, 2 rectangle panels. This is an ECAT fabric I had in my stash since last year. So 100% cotton, nice drape, but it still has some body to it because it's a cotton. So really simple, 2 rectangle panels. At first I took the whole width of the fabric. Turns out it was too much fabric. The skirt was a bit too wide for my taste, bit too much fabric in there, and the elasticated waist was a nightmare to do with too much fabric. So I just simply cut out a bit of the width, and I ended up using the skirt from the Myosotis dress by Durando, which I really like. I ended up copying the width of that skirt. And I made it somewhat long, like midi length, so that I can wear the elastic over my tummy. So I thought of it high-waisted, but pregnant it's even more than that, like empire waist. You just bring it over the tummy, and it's really cute. And yeah, I think it's gonna be wearable all summer, and maybe even this autumn with a pair of tights. And to go with this, so this is gonna go with all my t-shirts and my cardigans as well. But I had leftover fabric, and I made a simple top. So this is a pattern that I have adapted to me, that I use again and again. But one of the bases for this personal pattern is a shift top by Sew Over It. So you have the shift dress by Sew Over It, and in the pattern, if I'm not mistaken, they give you the option to make it as a top. So this is inspired by that, but just fitted to me a bit more. But I really enjoy the keyhole opening. Is that what you call it? I think so. But the opening at the back, I think, is always really cute, and it gives you a nice opportunity to use like a stray button, a single button you may have in your stash, just laying around. So it's always nice, and I think it's really cute and feminine, this detail. But a simpler version of this would be the Ashton top by Helen's Closet for a sleeveless top that is even simpler than that. So I just had fun making this little top with my leftover fabric, and I had the stripes go horizontally on this and vertically on the skirt. so it's really cute. And yeah, this is already tight on me because of the tummy, but I can wear it tucked into the skirt so it doesn't show that it's tight. But I'll be able to wear it next year. So yay for this. And then last woven piece of this capsule wardrobe, but it's not so much part of the capsule just because it's an outfit in itself, but color-wise it goes, and I could layer a cardigan over it as well. So it's this dress, which is the Wool Fork dress by Jacqueline Cieslak from her, from her Embody book. So it's a dress that has a lot of possible variation. So you can make it sleeveless, short sleeve, long sleeve, tunic length, crop length, dress length, with pockets or not, with a belt or not. It's really customizable. Once you find the right size, it becomes a really good basic, and a lot of fabric can shine in this pattern. So you can have a nice pattern fabric as well. Because it's so simple, it would really let the pattern speak for itself. So I made the dress version, so the full length, with pockets. I really enjoy these deep pockets, patch pockets, and I'm wearing it today just flowy, but I have made the belt, so on my Instagram you can see me wear it with the belt as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed the fit of the shoulders. It was a bit of a surprise because usually I have to faff around with the shoulders because I have tiny shoulders. So I sized down basically because this dress has so much ease built into it. You really need to get the fit right here to the bust, and then you don't need to size up. There is so much ease built already. So I sized down a bit from my measurements just to make sure the shoulders were okay, because I am small at the shoulders, but definitely not small on the rest of my body. So this shape is perfect for me because I can just fit the shoulders right, and then the rest is really flowy. And I really enjoyed the center seam because usually this kind of dress will be cut on the fold, but here you have a center seam which adds a nice detail, I think. What else to say? Oh, it's in our lin Portofino, so 100% linen. The color is orageux, so like a stormy sky, and it's a beautiful deep blue. And I think it's a fabric that looks dressed up, but it's also really cool for summer, and it can be worn a bit wrinkled, like it's okay. It's a linen dress, and yeah, and I think it's gonna get softer and softer in the wash. So I did the pattern quite as per the instructions. She has instructions for a lot of French seaming that I didn't do, just because I'm really happy with the finish my overlocker gives me. So and it's less bulky than French seaming. So if I had a sheer fabric, I would gladly French seam, but with this kind of opaque, well, yeah, it looks sheer like this with the sun, but it's completely opaque. The seam doesn't show, so I think the overlocker gives me a nice finish. And this, in the same way, the facings, she recommends that you fold the edges of the facings with the iron by 1 centimeter and then top stitch them down. And I thought that would add bulk, so I just finished the edges with the overlocker and top stitched them as instructed. And I was really happy with that modification as well. It's a bit less fiddly to do and a bit less bulk as well. Yeah, so that is it. I adore the fit of this. I think I'm gonna use it as a base pattern for woven camis, and because the fit is just perfect. So I may like alter it to have like a straight cami, not as wide as the crop version. Yeah, just use it as a base for this type of sleeveless. So I have a sleeveless pattern for myself, which with with wide straps. So really like just sleeveless like this. And this is a bit narrower, but still wide enough to cover your bra strap, so it's really easy to wear. So I enjoy it very much. And I enjoyed the back as well, that is a bit high and not too low, so the straps don't fall, because I have this problem of everything falling off my shoulders. This stays in place nicely, so really glad. Oh, and I can wear it with, oh, I just thought about that. I can wear it, I did the guarantee that is in this book last year in a cotton wool that was a lighter blue. And I did the crop version, it would be perfect with this. I forgot, just thought about it. And I wear it with that. So then the jerseys, so definitely work in progress, but everything is cut and ready to go. So I'm gonna show you the fabrics and the pattern match really quickly because it's basics. And I'm gonna show you once they are done. But quickly, I have, so Blackwood cardigans cut in this, which is our pearl knit, color is lichen. And I have another one, which is in our bamboo jersey, Le Marinier, in the plain blue version. So it's like a French terry, really soft with bamboo in it. And here you see the terry side a lot. So I'm eager to see what it's gonna look like as a Blackwood. I think it's gonna be really soft, really wearable. And then I have in our pearl knit again in the off-white. So I have cut a plantain shirt in the Gives cami. Same in the Rives, so it's a bit of a beige, gray beige. So I have a plantain in a cami. I have again cut, sorry, trying not to get these all mixed up. Okay. And then I have as well cut a plantain and a cami in, this is ribbing, so rib knit in black. I'm gonna show you them better once they're done, but I'm just really afraid that this pile is gonna get mixed up because you have all these little pieces that for the cami and the plantain look alike, and I don't want them to get mixed up. And in navy blue as well. So all basics, everything is gonna go together, and I really need those in my wardrobe. So all the wovens are done or almost done, so then I can just why did I do the wovens first? It's just because I had the right needles in both my machines, so the overlocker and my machine. I had microtex needle on there for all my woven needs. And then I'm gonna switch to a ballpoint needle on both machines, and then just change the threads when I need. So like I'm gonna do all the blues first, then change the thread for the whites, change the thread for the blacks, and then maybe I think I have beige thread for the lichen, or maybe I'm gonna be a bit lazy and keep another thread on there. Just it's a bit of a, it's not cumbersome to change the threads of your overlocker, but certainly takes a couple minutes, so I can just group them and yeah, batch sew. So I'm looking forward to finish this. Hopefully it's gonna fly, all the jersey ones, because I need them ASAP. And I have some leftovers from the jerseys, so I haven't cut my leftovers yet, but I'm thinking a few of them will become like baby wipes. I have a simple rectangle pattern that I use to make jersey baby wipes and washable toilet paper. I have fabric for that. And with the other leftovers, I'm thinking a few shirts for Mihai, for my son, for his autumn wardrobe. So my baby, I don't know the sex yet of the baby, so I don't know if it's another boy. I have most of what I need. If it's a girl, maybe I want to add a couple of more girly things. So maybe I'll indulge in making a few dresses, but I don't know yet, so I haven't started to make baby things, but I know that I have most of what I need already. So this is relaxing actually for a second pregnancy. First pregnancy is like, we need to get everything. Second pregnancy, I have everything I need. I just, maybe if it's a girl, maybe everything I have for Mihai is not all gender appropriate. I don't care about that at all. But with Mihai, we certainly had a lot of blues. So everything is blue because I love blue. So maybe a couple of more girly things just to indulge, just to prepare for this baby as well. I'm a second baby myself. I'm a second child, so I know what it is to have a lot of hand-me-downs. And Mihai had a lot of hand-me-downs from a cousin, so it's no problem. But sometimes just a few pieces to make yourself feel special. Make yourself feel special goes a long way. So yeah, that is it. I'm really happy I got a chance to talk to you. I'm sorry if I'm already out of breath. It's definitely one of the first symptoms for me that come out really strong. Like, I'm not that big yet, but I already am out of breath all the time. Just your lungs are not in the same place or at the same size. They're crunched. So I'm already out of breath. I'm sorry about that. I know it can be really annoying. And I was so excited to talk to you, so it brings it on a bit more. Yes, so I hope you took some inspiration out of everything. It's my first time doing capsule wardrobe. I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to see how it works in my everyday life, if I enjoy it, if it makes things simpler. And yeah, see you next time. I will try to record once more before Twist, but if I don't, see you there if you are in the area. It's always such a great gathering of people, and we will have a beautiful stand. I have the drawings. It's gonna be beautiful. We have really nice products for this, and yeah, looking forward to be there and meeting you, those of you who can come. So have a nice rest of July, and happy holiday if you have summer holiday coming. I sure do.